Hello, Oswego, and welcome back to WBUC's weekly show, The 315.
I'm your host, Nick, alongside my co-host, Dane.
On this week's show, we have some exciting clips with Timmy and Ashley talking about the New York Yankees home opener, and Bond, Caden, and Griffin launch some more Rockets.
But first, let's review some highlights of the week.
This week, the Oswego School Board met and discussed the 2018-19 school budget. Dr. Guai gave a presentation comparing last year's budget to the proposed 2018-19 budget. Guai said, "We did really well relative to the other districts in our region." He then went on to say that they have worked hard the past month to create a tight budget because we have some instructional programs we want to bring back.
That's some exciting news, especially since the history we've had recently in school budgets. It's nice to see.
Absolutely, for sure, Nick.
Let's also happening this week, the city's Physical Service Committee met this week and is excited to announce summertime events, including movies in the park on June 27th and July 25th, a HarborFest 5 and 10K run and walk on July 28th, and also Wednesday night, summer concerts at Brightbeck Park, and of course, the farmers markets.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm really looking forward to warmer weather and some fun outdoor activity.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, speaking of warmer weather, do you know what that means, Nick?
Summer break? No school?
I mean, I wish. We're not quite there yet, but I was actually thinking of baseball starting back up.
Oh yeah, Timmy and Ashley have some highlights of the Yankees home opener. Let's take a look.
The Yankees made great acquisitions over the offseason by trading 28-year-old Starlin Castro and two prospects to the Miami Marlins for 28-year-old Giancarlo Stanton and cash. They also gained 25-year-old Brandon Drury from the Arizona Diamondbacks in a three-team trade with the Rays, and they signed 32-year-old Neil Walker for a one-year, $4 million deal. They obtained a new manager, Aaron Boone, who hit one of the most iconic home runs in Yankees history against the Boston Red Sox to send the Yankees to the World Series in 2003. The Yankees' opening day was on March 29th in Toronto for a four-game series against the Blue Jays. Luis Severino had a great game, pitching 5 2/3 innings, allowing one hit, no runs earned, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, and earning the win. Giancarlo Stanton blasted 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in his first game as a Yankee. Brett Gardner, the longest-tenured Yankee, blasted a home run as well. The Yankees won the game 6-1 and tied the series 2-2. Last postseason, the Yankees beat the Minnesota Twins in the one-game wildcard series. Then the Yanks beat the defending American League champs, the Cleveland Indians, in the American League Division Series. The Yankees won the series 3-2. In the next round, they lost to World Series champs, the Houston Astros, 4-3 in the American League Championship Series. In 2018, the Yankees hope to not just make it to the World Series, but to win it all. The Yankees have 27 World Championships in their historic franchise's history, which is the most championship wins in any sports franchise. This year, the Yanks hope to add another championship win to their resume.
Wow, the Yanks are really looking good this year with Judge, Stanton, Sanchez. They should make a run at the World Series. I've watched a few of their games. They've been launching a lot of rockets out of the park.
Funny you mention that. Caden, Bond, and Griffin have followed up on their Rocket series. Let's take a look.
Go!
This segment is about recovering systems on model rockets and what happens when they fail. The next video will be about how fins affect how a rocket flies.
Baldwin, the unfortunate astronaut. He is not ready for this adventure. This is what happens when you don't properly install an engine. As you can see, it landed down but snapped in half.
The reason for the failure of our flight was that the engine was not secured in a rocket and could just slide out if it wanted to. And what happened is that the red ejection charge went off and it blew the engine out of the rocket, rather than deploying the parachute and letting it slowly fall to the ground. So this is an example of another parachute that failed to deploy. It spun out of control and landed in a nearby pond, but it should still work after it dries out.
This particular rocket is being recovered by Streamer, and is being launched by a C67 engine. Go!
That week's show.
Whoa, Dane, actually, we have a new series on WBC called The Studio. Let's take a look.
Zach's like talking about him being assistant to production manager. I mean, what's new? And Tyler and him are just arguing, so I haven't had the script. I'm fired?
Yes.
Why? Why am I fired?
Because,
No, you know what? I don't even need a reason from you, Johnny. Because I just want to let you know that no one here likes you. You only had this job because we all felt bad for you. And quite frankly, Addie was doing a better job than you were.
it was just all a joke.
Some good news for you. The studio's been doing very well, and if it keeps doing very well, we're going to be able to get a grant. We're going to be able to buy all the equipment you need.
What are you talking about? I can't take this anymore. You are lazy. Lazy!
You know, it looks really entertaining and funny, and make sure you tune in each week for a new show. That's all for this week's edition of the 315.
Have a great week, Oswego.